At this point in time, I'm not a wizard, but if I ever become one, I imagine I'll eventually reach a point where I've learned all the useful spells, and I'm able to solve basically any major problems I encounter. And at that point, I'd probably become a bit bored. So if I'm powerful enough, I'm thinking I'll either go full mad wizard and create a dungeon. I become mad fairly often, so that definitely has some potential. Or the slightly more likely option, I'll just start making a bunch of weird spells for fun. So I'll be talking about those spells that I think I'd create. I'll also write the spells in a style similar to the DC-20 TTRPG, so that you'll have something to look at. But this isn't meant to be for a specific game or world. This is for real life, in a way. Hairless Sight lets the target of the spell see through hair. Each day I cast this on myself so that I wouldn't have to worry about my head hair, wizard mustache, or iconic wizard beard ever obstructing my vision. The only major potential downside is that I may look like this eventually. Reload Drink can be cast on the cup to refill it with more of the cup's previous liquid. Casting this spell probably wouldn't be as fast as switching to my side drink, but it'd still be extremely convenient. And it goes well with this next spell. Summon Beefy Potato Load Griller from Taco Bell. It lets you summon the brand new Beefy Potato Load Griller from Taco Bell. I just stole this spell from a comment I got on my DC-20 spells in real life video, but it was a great idea. Thanks for the comment. I appreciate all the comments I get. Some of them are very weird though. Not everyone needs to leave a comment. Anyway, sometimes when one of my black cat familiars is laying on my lap, I'll have to get up. Or maybe I'll just want to get up, since I have Hairless Sight cast to myself and they look kinda freaky now. But regardless, I wouldn't want to disturb them. And with my substitute lap spell, I won't have to. The target of the spell has an ethereal copy of their lap appear in their space. The copy is intangible to the target, but solid to other creatures, so I'd cast it on myself to sneak away. Invert Temperature can be cast on something that produces heat to temporarily make it produce cold, or vice versa. So I could cast it on the fireplace to make the fire cool the room, or cast it on the freezer to make it cook food. Although I'd probably mainly cast this on the microwave to quickly cool down in my wizard drinks that become room temperature, like iced coffee and that sort of thing. Rebuke Insects. If a bug is near me, they are gone. Dempsey's Roll lets me easily do my iconic technique. So, each spell I've mentioned so far has a very practical use in mind, but now I'll get to the ones that I'd make purely for entertainment. Horn Growth causes a target to grow horns from their head. I just cast this on a few different animals to make mythical creatures, such as unicorns, jackalopes, and narwhals. Alter Footprints changes the appearance of the target's footprints. I'd use this exclusively to confuse people. They would think I'm the Tote Road Shagamal with the way I'd use this spell. Or at least they would if more than 10 people knew what that was. I'd also occasionally cast it on animals. Maybe after it snows, I'd cast it on a few birds to make it so they leave human footprints. I could really add some whimsy to people's lives with this spell. Or really fake them out. Either is fine. Superior Headwear makes it so my iconic wizard hat is always grander than all the other hats around me. This is the ideal spell for when I want to flex on another wizard. Apply Menacing Aura makes the target of the spell seem menacing. Technically I could use this on myself to intimidate people, but I'd mainly just cast it on random things. Like maybe an antique doll so people would think it's haunted or cursed. Or maybe a random ant. Well, not an ant, since they are gone. But maybe a rabbit. The spell would make people feel like they're looking at the Rabbit of Kerbanog or something. I would just be a menace with this. Legs to Snake. I refuse to elaborate on this one, but it would be a great spell. Clock Reversal causes all nearby clocks to stop for a moment before continuing counterclockwise and rapidly increasing in speed. That's all it does. I would mess with people by acting like I'm using some insanely advanced form of chronomancy, when it literally only affects clocks. Now for some curses that I'd make. I'm thinking Rango. That works well as a new curse word. Okay, for real though, it's curse spells. And I don't have any actual enemies that I'd want to cast curses on, so chances are I'd also just use these to mess with people. Although I imagine that certain people would become my enemies if I cast these spells on them, so regardless it all works out. Sleep Alarm makes it so the next time the target falls asleep, a loud alarm goes off around them, alerting them that they fell asleep. Key Hair makes it so the target of the spell has keys considered as hair for the purposes of spells. This isn't really a curse at base, but I'd cast both this and Hairless Sight on the target, making it so they can't see their keys. I know this could just be a separate spell that makes keys appear invisible, but if another wizard ever reads my spellbook, this would really confuse them, which would be funny. And if I learn a spell that requires hair as a material component, I could use keys instead. So I'm thinking ahead here. Flip Outfit causes the target's clothing to automatically flip backwards for the duration of the spell, so people would think that the target accidentally put their outfit on the wrong way, potentially causing immense psychic damage. And the spell might also cause a little physical damage, depending on the type of outfit that the target's wearing. Static Hair makes all of the target's hair stand up. I just think this would be amusing, assuming I'm able to see it. Also, I could make the target's keys stand up. I'd be unstoppable as a wizard. So, for now, those were all the spells. This was fun to make, so I could definitely do this again sometime. Potentially as YouTube Shorts. I heard that Shorts are a good way of getting popular, and my main goal is to gain 10.3 gazillion subscribers. So I think it makes sense to give it a try. Although, feel free to tell me if you despise the idea. Okay, that's all, bye.